Welcome to another installment of An Idiot Tries to Work a CNC Machine. So last time I talked about the CNC machine, we got the spoil board cut out, milled and indexed in place. The next thing to do is to actually create a drawing and to mill something useful. Since the last video, I've put a couple of threaded inserts into the spoil board, and I've got some bolts and washers so I can actually hold down the workpiece. Even though it's a snug fit in the cavities that I've made, I want to make sure that it doesn't lift or rattle at all, just to make sure the cuts are as precise as possible. I've also made a template for my perfectly square blocks using the CNC machine, so this is now perfectly square and fits properly into the spaces. And I've milled down a few bits of offcuts, so I've got some mahogany that I had left over and a few leftover bits of flamed roasted maple. They are now perfectly square. I've checked them all, I've made sure they all fit, I've given them a quick sand on the edges to get rid of any of the burrs, and they all fit in perfectly now. I said perfectly a lot there. This is how excited I am about the prospect. So the next job really is to make a drawing for the pickup covers. I'm going to make a set of single coil covers because I haven't really seen many of them about made from wood, and I'm not a big fan of plastic ones. They kind of look a bit naff. You spend all that time and effort making a custom guitar and then you stick in a bit of kind of mass-produced generic plastic. So I'm going to go up to the office computer, and I'll take you with me, and we'll use Fusion 360 to create the drawing. A disclaimer here, I only started learning to use the program about a week and a half ago, so anyone who's ever used CAD software will probably be watching me doing it thinking, why are you doing that in such a convoluted way? If you have tips or hints and a bit of help, please put it in the comments. I need all the help I can get. I think it's about 18 years since I last used any CAD software until now. Bit of a learning curve. All of that knowledge had gone completely out of my head. But I think I've got it figured out, so let's go. That's the drawing done. After finishing the drawing, I went through the manufacturing part of the software and I figured out and traced the tool paths and generated a G-code, which is what the machine reads and turns a picture into a series of movements of the motor, which creates the picture from the piece of wood. It's all very clever. I still don't really get it, but it seems to work. The magic in that box is beyond me, but if it's doing what I'm asking it to, I'm not going to ask too many questions. I think I'm going to use a piece of quite nice roasted maple, and I'm going to do a set of single coil covers with 52mm spaced holes and see how they look. So first I need to get this attached into the spoil board and fixed down, and after that we can load up the program and see what happens.
and that's done. All I need to do now is give this a quick rub down on all the edges with some sandpaper, and these should look absolutely fantastic. Once I've sanded it, I'll give it a quick spray with super glue accelerator, because that'll darken it all up and it'll show the flame quite nicely, and it'll give a bit of an example of how it's going to look when it's finished with either a clear coat or oil or something like that. I've also run off a set
of mahogany covers and another set of flame roasted maple ones without any holes in for the pole pieces, just to see what they look like. They're all looking pretty good.